Well, hello. So it's Runic Thor's Day, and it is Thursday, the 28th of July, which happens to be my birthday, and it's a new moon, and it feels quite a powerful time. Now, I was wanted to sort of talk about time a bit because as we went into Fayou at um, starting the new Wheel of the Year with Fayou, I felt really amazing, fresh energies, like really creative, really flowing, and going into Urus. And we're just about to come out of Urus and go into Thurizaz. And I did my runic healings. So I did Fayou healings and Urus healings, and I've gained quite a lot of deeper understanding of both runes and on the path of the healer, and it's been really enjoyable. But now I'm feeling quite overwhelmed with the energies. There's like I'm being bombarded with information, ideas, creative stuff. So, and although my art and spirituality weave together very nicely. Sorry, that was my tummy. Yeah, they weave together very nicely, but sometimes there's so much information coming from so many different places that I feel quite overwhelmed, and it feels a bit like that at the minute. And like loads of things are coming in, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do something else. I want to make a rune bedspread type thing. I've got my shawl to finish, and then all of a sudden I want to make sprays and elixirs, and I'm doing the runic healings. It's like whoa, and it made me think about how it goes, and like we don't have to be swept up in that, because we can feel like if we don't do it, like, oh, if I don't do it now, then it's going to go. I like to keep a book of like writing down if I've had an idea and stuff, just in case I don't have time to do it at the moment. And I've already got people that want a Thurizaz healing, so I've got that going, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's just like so much coming in. And obviously, like today being my birthday, it's like, right, here we are, solar return. So it's a new year for me. So I'm starting now. I'm just going to put the camera a bit further away. And I'm like, yeah, let's look at time. Let's look at time. It's divine timing, and it's not like human timing. It's not the same. When spirit, a god, goddess, the universe talk to us and give us ideas and things, we can still look at them and think, right, okay, right, that feels like really necessarily for me to do right now. Like I freaked out because I got all the stuff to do, like the essences, and I was like, but how can I do it now? Because Fayou's gone and Uruz has gone, and so I'd be starting at the wrong rune, and it's like there isn't a start at the wrong rune. Goodness sake, I can start at the end, which would be the beginning. It's like you can get wrapped up in like time. Or I remember at the very beginning when I started my rune awakening course with Maggie, and I was like, because it was the Fayou time, and I was getting all these creative ideas, and I wanted to make this, and I wanted to make that, and I wanted to do that, and then I was trying to study the runes at the same time. So I was trying to take in all that information on the awakening course, which anyone that is doing the awakening course, has done the awakening course, knows that the information is massive. So I was struggling to like learn this, read this, do this, then create stuff as well. And I have a problem. Well, like there's 24 runes. They start at Feiyu. In most cases, you think of it starts at Feiyu and goes around in a circle. And so if I was making like necklace for each rune, and then I didn't have time to make like Uru's one, and then we're suddenly in Thurizaz. So how can I make it? Of course you can. You can make a Thurizaz one in Dagaz, in Othala, in Kinaz. It doesn't matter. So yeah, this little video is just about timing. Don't get wrapped up with time in the human aspect of time. Don't think you haven't got time. Don't think you've got to do everything at once. And if you get some really, really good ideas, get yourself a little notebook, write them down, keep track, and you can go back to them. I mean, I was going to, when I started the mastery course last year, I was going to make essences. That was on my list, and I didn't get round to it. And I was doing other things, and I also am part of the half space. I also sort of have a bit of a life and do other things. I live with mum and dad, so I have mum and dad, and we all do stuff together. And dad has been ill, so we've had that. And I go out with my husband, do stuff with my husband. So got friends. And you think, well, how can I get all this in? It's like, don't worry. Just the universe is there. And yes, we could die before we get it all done. But then in my eyes, it's like, well, then we weren't meant to be getting all of that done. It was just options and choices and pathways we could take. And it's like some things are thrown at you, and you think, or something comes up and you think, oh my God, I've got to do that. So it might be a course. A lot of people sort of get wrapped up. They have to have this book. They have to have this set of cards. They have to have that, and you get it and then you don't use it. Cards for me has been quite hilarious over the years. Now, I had hundreds of decks of cards, tarot, oracle, all sorts of different things, all interesting. And some was bought because I loved the artwork. But when I was running my groups, I'd use the cards to do journeys and use them in the groups. And when I moved here and all my groups stopped and everything, I thought, oh God, I'm hoarding all these cards. I'm not using them myself. And I've sold so many packs of cards. Some I regret. And one in particular that I regretted was my Egyptian Tarot, because they're by Clive Barrett. And you can't get them. And I found them for hundreds of pounds, and I'm just not going to do that. But I bought them because I love Egyptian stuff, work with Egyptian gods. And then they sat on the shelf, and when I wanted them, the desire was so strong. I had to have them. There was like nothing was going to stop me buying this deck of cards. And then they just sat on the shelf, and I was like, well, this is ridiculous. So they were a set I sold, and now I can't get back. And funnily enough, my friend Leonie, my Reiki master Leonie, she had them, and she sold them as well because she didn't use them, and she regrets it big time. And I was looking at something came up. It was on Etsy, and the Norse Tarot came up, and when I looked, it's by Clive Barrett, and I was, oh my God, they're like the Egyptian. He did the Egyptian ones, and again, the pull was like massive. I've got to have this Norse Tarot. and and I was a bit sneaky because I bought myself I had the iron runes made by the blacksmith for my birthday, but that was like quite a few weeks ago. So so I was a bit naughty and I thought, I'd sod it, I'm going to buy this Norse tarot for myself for my birthday, even though I really knew in the back of my mind that I'd already bought something for my birthday. So I ordered them and they've come, and I was really, really excited. And I got a little journey book, so you can just do your own, like put in what you get, and you get a lovely book with them. And the book is fabulous. It's really, really just a few words for each card. There's not like massive interpretations and stuff, but there's some lovely little stories in there of like the death of Balder, and it's really nice. And his Egyptian tarot, they were brilliant. They were like amazing. When I'd put these in my basket on Etsy, but I didn't press the button, and then I went to press the button, and then I noticed that he's still selling some of the Egyptian tarot. I was like, oh my goodness. So I thought, shall I, shan't I? I didn't. I was good. But I ordered these, and these came, and I'm really glad that I haven't ordered the Egyptian, because I don't need the Egyptian. These I'll just use. These are brilliant. These really work with what I'm doing, and I think, although I still work with Egyptian stuff, you know, maybe it's just past whatever. Obviously the author, he was selling them himself, so obviously he's got a few copies left of his work, and because no, I don't think any of them are, I think they're all out of print and everything. But it just, again, it was like this timing of stuff, when you have an urge and stuff. I think sometimes you need to step back, because you don't know what is causing that thing to make you desire and want, and sometimes we do end up buying stuff that goes on a shelf, and then, you know, a book, and we never actually read it. Sometimes we do buy a book and it goes on the shelf, and then we read it years later, and that is fine. But it's trying to discern which is going to be when it is something that is part of your path, and maybe it comes up for you at a certain time, but you're not quite ready for it, or to read it, or whatever it is. But it is really interesting. It's this time thing of how the universe sees time, and how we see time, and divine timing, and we don't have to rush it. We you know, we can take our time. And maybe I won't even make the essences this year. I mean, I've got all the stuff, and I've got my oils that I want to use for the sprays. I knew exactly which oils that I wanted. I had a bit of an on one, but maybe I won't get round to it. I've set up the altar and stuff, but you know, it's like, you have to find this like divine flow and go with it, and don't overwhelm yourself with too much, because if you're trying to do too much, then are you going to do anything really well? And maybe you will, because maybe that's your sort of personality and the way you work, and you can do quite a few things at once, and you put everything into each thing you're doing. Some of us are different. Some of us can focus on one thing at a time. So it's like, but you have to know yourself. You have to get to know yourself and how you work. And the thing with the runes is you can ask them. Simple, isn't it, really? I mean, they are a divination tool as well as everything else that they are. So you know, should I be making my essences right now? You know, I can ask the runes. You know, do I need to wait? Do I need to just focus on the runic healing I'm doing this year? You know, do I do I need to start my runic bedspread? Maybe it's just an idea and it's just there, but maybe I'll never make it, and that's fine too. So time, you can kill yourself with time, and you can kill your creativity, and you can kill your joy with time. Time can really, I mean, it can be great as well, obviously. There's two sides, but don't let time dictate. Don't let time push you. Don't let time rush you and ruin things, you know. And if you are if you are just not sure what you should be doing, or how, you know, should I do this project, should I do that project, can I do that project and that project at the same time, can I add something else in, can, you know, you can ask the runes. You can just you get your runes out and ask the runes. Obviously you can ask cards, you can obviously meditate. There's so many ways you can work it, but yeah. So anyway, I thought while I was going to do the video, I thought I'd show you some of the cards, and I really love them. They're quite simple. Look at our lovely Odin there. Oh, I love that card. Like the High Priestess. So yeah, so I'm going to really start working with these. I just really love them. I do like I said, I really liked his Egyptian cards, so I do like his work. I don't know who designed the card, whether they're his artwork actually or not. It doesn't say it's someone else's artwork. They were first published in 1989, and these were done 2020. So obviously these are new. Maybe he did do new. I think they must be his own artwork. But yeah, but they're very nice, I think. The lovers. Odin again. And Freya. There's Thor with his goats. Yeah, really lovely cards. Very pleased with them. So again, you see, this is something else, because like now I've got these and I want to, the Wheel of Fortune, look, the Nornir. Because again, I want to start working with these, and I want to start using them and stuff. And so again, that's something, is yet another thing on my list. But do I need to rush? No, just enjoy what you're doing from each moment to moment. Don't think, oh, I'm behind it. You can't really be behind in life. You just are where you are, and just go with that, and just yeah, just enjoy whatever you do from moment to moment, and don't worry about, you know, just have your little book and put your stuff in your little book, so you're not going to forget something important. But you might cross it off your list later on, because it might be something that popped in your head, and maybe it was just floating around in the universe and you were open and it came in, but it's not really part of your path, although at the time you think it is. Because your path can change so quickly if you're doing something else, and stuff can come in and it weaves and goes out, so you know, anything can change. Anyway, as it's my birthday, I'm doing a very quick little video because I ran out of time to do Chatterwitch Wednesday, so I had to do that this morning. and I've got other things going on. So yeah, I'm gonna go and make a cup of tea and just chill out. I might even just watch some telly. I was feeling really rough this morning. Had the most foul stomachache, and I was kept awake all night by some neighbours. I think they'd either gone out, got back really late, and decided to carry on the party. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so I'm really flagging. I'm starting to feel really tired. So I'm going to go, yeah, so if you like the video and stuff, let me know, and say you like it, whatever. And if, yeah, I'm all over the place at the moment. I was gonna have like a little structure, and I'm gonna talk about this with the runes, I'm gonna talk about that, I'm gonna do this, and at the minute it's just all over the place. So you're just getting chatting and not a lot of substance. But I'm hoping that is going to change and evolve, and we're going to get into some more depth with the runes and my runic journey. But this is my runic journey. It is a bit scattered sometimes. Sometimes it's really heavily focused. But yeah, at the minute, the world is like whizzing around, and I'm being thrown about in the breeze a bit. So love and blessings, and I'll get back to you with another 2 videos next week. Chat Witch Wednesday and Runic Thursday. Blessings.